people ask stuff about you, she will either not respond or she'll say no comment. I just feel like the same respect that she gives you, why can't she have that same respect from you?
So let me tell me what you thought I should have said.
I would have no comment.
Oh,
I honestly would have no comment. I feel like you just asked me my opinion and what I do.
And that's not my personality at all. It's not. Because here's the thing. When somebody asks me something.
But then if she responds to these same questions, she'll do that to you.
I don't care what she wouldn't do that to you.
But she wouldn't do that to you.
Thank you for telling me.
She wouldn't.
And
given that her marriage is failing, Jessica DePart may as well tell us about her terrible history and the reasons for her choice to divorce Judy. But is the FBI really interested in discussing anybody else's background, especially in light of Jessica's own dreadful past? This is going to be a hot, stench-filled catastrophe, so grab some popcorn, people. Unless you haven't been listening, you have most likely heard the rumors that Judy and Brat are separating. Brat reportedly wants exclusive custody of their child, and may need to provide evidence that their son would pick her over Judy. In this instance, Judy's astute and cunning strategies could be useful to accomplish this. Surprisingly, Judy is often the focus of discussion and controversy, and these tales are typically about youngsters. Judy's handling of a particular occasion when Lil James was the center of attention was not well received by many. If no one else noticed, I have no doubt that Lil James received exactly what you have all saw him receive. When children are involved in disputes like this, it may always be challenging, particularly given how quickly public opinion may shift. That is the only information that is currently available to the wider public, even if Judy's sentiments seem more complex than that. What really happened and why children get up in these types of circumstances so often are two of the unsolved problems. Whatever the reason, a misreading, an error, or something else entirely, Judy is being denigrated and called Filthy Judy. For those who don't remember, Lil James first became well known for his comedy when he was just 6 or 7 years old. Judy came into his life after he gained popularity on the internet for his sense of humor. Judy, who has dealt with kids who go viral, spoke to Lil James's family in a similar way to how she did with many other kids. Although it seems she wanted to get to know him and maybe expand his fan base, some believe she was trying to take advantage of his viral fame rather than truly supporting him. Judy's treatment of Lil James created distress for many, despite her expertise working with young children who gain notoriety online. They said that she was merely using him as leverage and had no genuine concern for his future or well-being. This is a challenging scenario because handling viral children may be a sensitive topic. Judy had good intentions, according to some, but she went too far, according to others. Judy reportedly tried to sell her products by using Lil James's famous strategy, which she had previously used with other children. However, when things didn't go her way, she allegedly turned on Lil James and told him he was no longer funny. Many were shocked by her sudden shift in attitude, and said she made this little youngster feel like a failure. It is unsettling to think that an adult could speak to a child in such a manner. The fact that Lil James's mother later talked about the incident suggests that Judy's actions may have had an emotional effect on the child, who had previously thrilled so many people. It is devastating to hear that Judy made Lil James feel unworthy with her derogatory comments. Many expressed sympathy for his mother, who was incensed at Judy's treatment of her child and believed that her behavior was wrong. Following this incident, there was a lot of criticism directed at the way celebrities interact with young people who become viral. Since Judy reportedly coerced Lil James into signing a contract that would have given her all of his revenues, many people have described her actions as cruel. Many people were incensed because she seemed to be using a child for her personal financial gain. She allegedly used emotional coercion to convince Lil James that he was no longer funny and handled his revenues from his viral fame. Given that Brat and Jessica's marriage is failing, the rumor mill suggests that Jessica might do it. Tell us about her dreadful background and the reasons behind her split from Judy. But considering her own troubled past, does Jessica really want to delve into anyone else's issues? There are still unsolved problems about why children are so often placed in such situations. The discussion participants particularly detested Judy's handling of a circumstance in which Lil James was the center of attention. If no one else did, Lil James most likely experienced precisely what everyone else did. We're talking about something quite different when children fight like this. Given how fast public opinion may shift, it could always be challenging. Although Judy's emotions are clearly running high and she is getting a lot of criticism, there seems to be more to the tale. Remember, the first thing that made Lil James famous was his comedy. When Lil James was only 6 or 7 years old, Judy, whose interactions with kids have gone viral in the past, spoke to his family in the same manner as she does with many other kids. However, other people think she was only trying to take advantage of his viral moments rather than truly assisting him. She seemed interested in getting to know him and maybe expanding his fan base. Many were uneasy with Judy's treatment of Little James, despite the fact that she had a history of interacting with young individuals who gain notoriety online. It's a difficult situation, particularly since handling viral kids may be a sensitive topic. Some believe Judy had noble intentions, but others believe she went too far. Anyway, this argument has exacerbated the situation and is one of the reasons her name has been associated with child-centered discontent. It has been said that Judy tried to use Lil James's fame to market her products, a strategy she had used with other children. However, she allegedly turned on Lil James and told him he was no longer funny when things weren't going her way. Some said she made this little youngster feel like a failure, while others were shocked that an adult woman could talk to a child who had formerly brought so much joy to so many. Given how his mother subsequently discussed the event and how many other people stood with his mother, especially since Lil James is still a small child, it appears that Judy's actions had an emotional impact on Lil James. In addition to demonstrating that Judy's efforts had not been addressed until the wrongful death case surfaced, this treachery seriously harmed her image. She was left to cope with the disaster's psychological and legal effects. She was in charge of Kaleidoscope's day-to-day operations, which included collecting payments, creating invoices, and organizing events. She provided her ideas to help define the brand's future and participated in the company's marketing campaigns in addition to her office duties. To put it another way, Shia handled a range of duties and filled in when necessary. Although Shia was a dependable team player who took an active part in crucial company activities, her hard work and devotion were disregarded when things didn't go according to plan, especially after the terrible drowning incident. Many believed that Judy's effort to falsely accuse Shia exposed a turbulent relationship in which she used Shia's deep devotion when it was convenient for her, but retreated when confronted with grave moral and legal consequences. According to the lawsuit, Andy's mother had to apply lipstick on Judy's Lakeview home in New Orleans for Bovie and Kia's 4-year-old child on that terrible day, September 5, 2019. Joan Juliet Walker passed away in Judy's swimming pool on August 5, 2020. Judy and Kia were sued for wrongful death and survivors' damages when they got there. Considering how crucial they had been to the growth and success of her business, this not only damaged their personal relationship, but also left others wondering how she handled them. Walker unlocked the door to the Lakeview house, which apparently featured an open, unfenced swimming pool in the rear. When Judy worked with Shane and Salick, she was already in a bedroom with a personal stylist due to the legal concerns. Andy invited Kia to come see the house with the pool. Shia had agreed to accompany her, but Judy told her to take Andy to the pool while she got ready. Kia thought Shia was still in the bedroom since Andy returned with Shia a minute or two after she had begun preparing for the cosmetic session and then departed again shortly after. Shia said she didn't know where Andy was. 10 to 15 minutes after he left the room a second time, Kia rushed to the pool to inquire about Andy's whereabouts, but he had sadly already perished. Shia was the one keeping an eye on Andy, and in this instance assistants were used, according to the lawsuit's answer. According to Kaleidoscope, Shia had no duty of care because she was not employed by the company when Andy passed away, and summary judgment was justified. In other words, they were trying to clear Judy of any accountability. Additionally, Judy filed a petition claiming that there was no evidence linking her to Shia's alleged abuse. I may understand if it were just one name, because True and Legend are such well-known names right now, but to many others, it would be 2 names, she commented in reaction to what was occurring there. I suggest you take a step back. Demons trying to harm my children upset me. I'm so tired of you and your evil ways, Judy said in response to Shia's remarks. It's been years since we last spoke. That name is shared by several people. Additionally, she stated that any unfavorable remarks against any of their names will be deleted from her page. Her kids don't mention other people anymore. Judy is charged with scamming many individuals and permitting her ex-girlfriend and others to face consequences. Several websites claim that she is a professional fraudster. This discussion went on to discuss how Judy's ex-partner was convicted of fraud and given a prison sentence to prevent others from discovering her dishonesty, and how she had set them up for jail time. Judy reportedly bought every copy of the former's book when it was out and destroyed all of her work. Brad's marriage to Judy is now widely believed to have been predetermined, while some argue that Brad has no right to know about anybody else's history because our own is as dubious. Authorities claim that this man was arrested after allegedly fighting with a woman over VIP seats at a nightclub in Georgia. You named your child after my kids in an attempt to draw attention to Judy's inappropriate conduct. You've gone too far now, no matter how many sponsored interviews or blogs you wanted to do. During the confrontation, Brad struck the woman over the head with a revolver. There are allegations that Judy has been unreliable from the start, in addition to her previous relationships. Additionally, Brad attacked Shayla Stevens, a part-time waitress and hostess at Jermaine Price Tucker nightclub Studio 72. For her role as hostess at a private Halloween party the following year, Brad received a $1,000 fine and a year of probation after pledging to engage in hazardous activity or misdemeanor service to the community. After being ejected from the VIP club by her supporters, the woman was transported to the hospital and had 6 stitches put in her head. Brad reportedly assaulted Shayla during a nightclub party, so she filed a complaint against him. She received a sentence of 200 hours of community service, 7 years on probation, and 3 years in jail. Brad was also ordered by the court to undergo drug treatment, a mental health examination, and anger management lessons. But when Shayla tried to escape, Brad is accused of breaking a nearly full bottle of rum over her head. Shayla claimed that she had significant facial and head injuries that left her permanently scarred and with damaged nerves. Her career as a professional cheerleader and performer was hampered by her facial deformity, she added, costing her money in addition to agony and suffering and medical bills. Jermaine Pry was afraid of negative publicity for Studio 72, which made matters worse. She was not shielded from Brad, and his security did not keep him out of the club. He neglected to report Brad to the police or obtain Shayla the proper and timely medical care, even if she hasn't paid the millions of dollars she was ordered to pay. This individual has no authority to divulge the criminal history of others. What are your thoughts on Judy's reported criminal history and harsh demeanor? Should the Brat disclose this, or is this what led her and the Brat to drift apart? So what do you think? If you would like to receive the most recent celebrity news, please subscribe and leave a comment below with your thoughts.